Good evening, thank you for tuning in to We're Not Really Here, full time at St James's Park, and it finishes Newcastle 3, Manchester City 4. So much action to talk about in that second half, and here to do that is Kevin Horlock and Gareth Taylor. Gareth, I'll begin with you. I mean, the first half was full of action and the second half followed suit, which was quite bizarre, really.
Yeah, it didn't disappoint, did it? I think, we probably expected City maybe to win the game convincingly maybe in the second period, and no one probably expected Newcastle to be the ones to be on the front foot, and another penalty was given away, and but again City showed their class and sticking to their principles, and they got there in the end.
Yeah, they really did, thankfully as well, because that does mean they have continued to break records. That is 12 consecutive away wins on the row. Unbelievable. Looking at the goals, we'll begin, of course. It was a kind of a bit of back and forth at the start of the second half. Ended up in the penalty, which was a clear penalty, wasn't it, Kev?
Yeah, you run the risk, don't you? Kyle Walker's gone to ground, and it's always a danger, especially with the VAR on top of that could check it and give it as well. But look, it was exciting, and no one predicted 4-3. I don't think anybody would have. And once Newcastle got ahead, we spoke while the game was going on. It was what I really liked about, well, not just tonight, about this team is if they do go behind, they don't dwell on it. They get straight back in the game, and it seems like they can just turn the notch up and equalise at will. So although Pep would be bitterly disappointed to concede 3, the fact that they've come back and won the game is obviously a pleasing sign.
And I guess as well that can only help us, Gareth, as we look, to what might be, hopefully another historic night in the Champions League. That stands in good stead, kind of having that inner belief and know-how when it comes to those situations.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's ways you can go about it when you have setbacks, and the way that this team goes about their business is with the same philosophy all the time. They believe in themselves. They keep moving the ball. They take risks when they need to. And at this stage of the season, where we are now, the league title's in the bag. We won the Carabao Cup. It's about winning, and it'd be the same when it comes to the remaining fixtures, and especially the Champions League game. As much as they want to win and play well in that respect, I think it's about winning, and they did the job tonight. I think there was big changes within the team, and sometimes when you get that, you lose that little bit of rhythm. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's about winning, and 4-3. Probably haven't conceded 3 goals in a while, but
it's one of them. Like tonight, I'm so pleased for Scott Carson. He's waited 2 years to pull on the jersey and actually play a game, and probably people look back and say, "Oh, but Man City have conceded 3 goals tonight," but he had nothing to do with either of them. The first one, a set piece from really close in. The second, obviously, a penalty, unstoppable. Yeah. And the third one, he was so unlucky. So unlucky. We called it. He's going to save this one, and he did, and it was so unfortunate, but it was good to see actually the players coming up after, and you could see how much it meant to him playing today. Yeah,
really did. So 3-2 was the score, and then who else stepped up to get a hat-trick? Ferran Torres. Great second half performance, 4-3, pardon me. Beginning with that second goal of his, I mean, quite the finish, and it was a lovely ball in, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was probably his not easiest finish, but it was probably the more ordinary of the hat-trick. The first goal was an incredible goal, like we've spoken about, and his goal for the hat-trick wasn't an easy finish, that, when it came back off the post. He got across the defender. He was 6 yards out for the second goal. He's had a great night. We were talking about his hat-trick he got for Spain earlier in the season. Been a great signing, and for someone who's 21 years old, to be producing these types of performances, and he doesn't play week in, week out, but usually more often than not when he plays, he has a massive effect.
Champions League final, do you think he warrants a start? Or in fact, no, the question, Gareth, would you start him in the Champions League final?
I think, look,
if he was going to score a hat-trick, I would.
If he could guarantee he was going to score a hat-trick, and he's got 2 this season, so no, I think Pep will have. We need to trust in Pep and what he believes in, and he'll have his own kind of team in mind. But at the end of the day, when you come to moments like this, it's about doing your bit and putting your name forward, and I think Ferran's definitely done that tonight.
We teed him up well, didn't we, before the game? We spoke about...
We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's as if we knew. We spoke about his finishing, and they were different, obviously all 3, but the first one was sublime.
Yeah, but also equally the third one, which then gave us the winner.
Honestly, the technical ability to one, first and foremost, get in a position, because it come off the post fairly quick and back at him, but he just swiveled. It was a great finish, the third one, and the second one he was in the right place. Johnny on the spot, which we spoke about. Goal scorers need to score them as well, and probably you might have to ask Gareth this, but they probably take more joy out of scoring the tap-ins because they all mean the same, but the other two were a little bit special.
Do they?
I was going to say he's being kind to me there, Kev. You know.
Yours were normally headers, mate, weren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Goat's got all his goals. He done all the work, and Goat's tapped it in.
We had some great tweets as well. We had David at Favid Dink on Twitter who says that Torres hat-trick incredible. Lovely stuff. We had Rosie popping on Twitter as well. So as Fran Torres had a very good first year in England, think he will be a very important player for Manchester City moving forward. Also, very good finisher. And also Jamie Thompson, MCFC on Twitter, Fran Torres, what a player. Need to see more of him next season. I guess that's what's exciting, Gareth. And I guess for even, you know, we had some of your players on before, having that first season and seeing the potential there, knowing they've kind of not even found the groove or really embedded yet, is super exciting.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you, to expect him to come in and perform how he has done and score the goals that he has is a big expectation. But he's done that. I think at some point, obviously, you have to expect a bit of a lull. He's a young player who's nowhere near his prime. But I think he's at the right environment now, and he's in the right place, working with really good players, working with the top manager, and he's in the best place to fulfil his potential.
So exciting. Thank you, Gareth. All right, before we get a final word as we look towards the final two games, let's take a look at our mystery blue. So this is who we were trying to figure it out. We settled on here in the studio. Our guess is Danny Tiatto, wasn't it, after much deliberation? A couple of people as well on Twitter sent that in, but let's see if we were right, and if we weren't, who was it? Here we go. Danny Tiatto was the guest. We also had Stephen Ireland as a potential, but we don't think he played in that kit. We can now reveal it is spot on.
That's
Danny
why
Tiatto.
Producer Tom didn't want me to go to the screen.
Hey. I mean, quick word on him though, because honestly, he's my brother's favourite. What was Danny Tiatto?
He was brilliant. I remember him actually coming over first time, and we didn't sign him. He come on trial and then went back. And then when he come, he was a hothead, typical Australian, I suppose. He had a little bit of an edge to him.
Typical left back.
yeah. But he was rapid. He could score goals. He didn't take prisoners. He was a great lad. Got sent off a few times, like we mentioned, but he was good to have around, and he come at a time when we needed a player like that.
Yeah, lovely. Well, there we go. That was our mystery blue. Final word then, Gareth. So we've got Brighton in the middle of the week. Then, of course, final home game of the season against Everton, which, great news, 10,000 fans going to be welcomed back into the Etihad. What a special moment that will be. And then the Champions League final, you kind of alluded to it there, is the thing now, regardless of playing, keep him fit and win up until that final.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you want to go into a final with good rhythm, with good form. But again, at the end of the day, if that doesn't happen, and Brighton have surprised a few teams this season because they're decent. Everton have been a little bit mixed in their kind of performances and their results. The league's in the bag. We want to finish off strong in the league, but everyone's eyes then will be looking towards the Champions League, and it's great and it's exciting times, and it's brilliant to have this kind of game at the end of the season. Against two really good teams slugging it out and going for it.
And I have to ask Kevin, although I don't think there is much concern, but people will maybe see that and go, we conceded 3 goals. Was there much there to worry about, do you think, for us defensively, or not to overthink that?
Look, the set piece, we said before, I think Pep would be disappointed because it's something that they work on, that Gareth said. But when the ball in's really good, sometimes it happens. The other 2 were penalties. So, look, I don't think there's any alarm bells for me. And obviously, you've got the big man Diaz not playing tonight, and what a signing he's been. So, I don't think there's any panic. I think it's a win-win-win. And I think go and finish it off, win the Champions League, and we can all have a party.
Tell you, well, one of your old parties, I think.
Well,
you think?
Mate, there's a good job there in a football here, because I know me and the goat run out the training ground the other day. I'd be on that pitch if the groundsman's not watching. Is he watching?
Somewhere.
Should we have a kickabout? Come on.
Go on, we'll have a little. Well, listen, before we wrap up here, let's hear from the goal scorer himself, the hat-trick hero, man of the match, Ferran Torres.
Ferran, what sort of week has it been for you? Your first hat-trick for Manchester City and your first Premier League title.
Bueno, la verdad que ha sido una semana increíble para nosotros. Nos clasificamos para la final de Champions, ganamos la Liga y ahora he podido meter mi primer hat-trick. La verdad que estoy muy contento.
Yeah, it's been an incredible week. We qualified for the Champions League final, then we won the Premier League, and obviously today I scored the hat-trick, but very, very happy.
Of course, you also scored a hat-trick for your country as well. Your best ever goal-scoring season here at Manchester City too. How big a year has this been for your development?
Bueno, cada día sigo mejorando, sigo aprendiendo de mis compañeros y del entrenador y bueno, hoy he podido meter mi primer hat-trick con el City, ya lo metí también con Alemania, pero bueno, hay que seguir trabajando para esa final de Champions.
I try to improve day by day and also try to learn from my teammates, from the manager. I scored a hat-trick with the Spanish national team against Germany today as well. So I try to keep ready, keep improving and getting ready for the Champions League final.
Tell us about your first goal.
Bueno, la verdad que ha sido en balón parado. A mí me gusta ir siempre al primer palo y la verdad que bueno, la ha podido meter con el tacón y la verdad que ha sido un gol muy bonito para ayudar al equipo.
Yeah, it was in the set pieces. I always try to go to the first post and I flicked the ball and I think it was a very beautiful goal.
You have played as a false nine as well. What is your best position, do you think?
Bueno, ahora te diría que en banda derecha. Es verdad que este año he aprendido mucho a jugar en las tres posiciones de arriba, pero bueno, me siento cómodo en cualquiera de las tres.
Obviously my first position is right winger, but I learned this year how to play in the three positions at front, so I would be comfortable in any of them.
If you keep scoring hat-tricks, does that make you a real nine?
Bueno, hoy he podido meter el hat-trick casi jugando todos como 9, pero bueno, me siento muy cómodo desde este año jugando ahí, la verdad que nunca había jugado.
I've never played as a number 9 before, but obviously I feel very comfortable playing there. I play as false 9 today and I score a hat-trick, so why not?
How much do you think this puts you in the manager's mind for the Champions League final?
¿Cómo te ayuda esto a que el entrenador piense en ti como una opción para jugar la final de la Liga de Campeones?
Bueno, yo siempre que me da la oportunidad el entrenador intento aprovecharla. Hoy he podido meter un hat-trick para ayudar a ganar el equipo y hay que trabajar día a día y estar preparado para esa gran final.
Well, I always try to take advantage of any opportunity the manager gives me. Obviously, the hat-trick I score helped the team contribute, so I'm trying to work hard every day to get the opportunity for the final.
Well, it was a great night for you. Congratulations, well done. Thank you, Ferran, and thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.
There he is, our hat-trick hero, man of the match, Ferran Torres, after those 3 delightful goals against Newcastle in a 4-3 win at St James's Park. Perfect note to finish on. As always, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to my guests in the studio now. Gareth, a big weekend for you because it's the FA Cup, I believe, for you. Is it the 5th round, I think, for the women's team?
5th round, yeah. Looking to obviously progress through to the quarterfinals, which will be played next season. Very confusing, I know, but yeah. So a good game for us on Sunday.
Well, I'm sure we'll all be following it with a keen interest. And Kev, absolute pleasure and delight as always. And if you missed the first show, it's well worth a watch because we gave out our awards for the women's season this year. Goal of the season, player of the season and the rising star, all deserving winners. And of course, I'm sure we'll all be getting behind Gareth's team on Sunday and for Sunday and next season as well. Gareth, wishing you all the luck as well. Massive thank you again to you guys watching. And we are now going to go out on a drone shot. And if you've not seen, we've done something very special with this drone. It is a special one-take tour of the Etihad Stadium. It is well worth 5 minutes of your time. And just to give a flavour of what you can expect if you do go and watch that video, that's how we're going to leave it. Remember, Brighton on Tuesday, Everton on Sunday. We'll see you there. Come on, City. Good night.
Team bus has arrived, so please welcome the boys in blue, Manchester City!
Season begins for Manchester City, but just what could it hold?
Thank you for joining us, and that is full time at the Etihad Stadium. What a game and what a second half there. I mean, I'm buzzing here.
I'm buzzing.
This City team just does not stop. Inch by inch, they're pushing their way to the Premier League title. This is De Bruyne. Ball goes in, outside of the boot. John Stones, bullet header, goal for City. What a ball from Kevin De Bruyne, outside of the boot, oozing quality. Edison. It's one of those long raking balls. It's a pretty good one. Gundogan! Mr. Whippy strikes again.
Just work that out. Is that 21 wins in a row? It is indeed. Manchester City, absolutely unbelievable.
It looks like the rewards are coming, so let's head back out there and see what City have got for us.
We want the quality of our players. The quality of our players won the game. Incredible.
A moment to reflect on the incredible work Pep Guardiola and all of his backroom team have done to achieve what they have this season. You can almost see out over all of Manchester, and from what I can see, Manchester looks very, very blue indeed.